What's up, everybody? Scott Jansen here. And in today's video, I want to talk about what do you do if you're coaching your hypnotherapy clients come up with the excuse of, I need to ask my husband, I need to ask my wife, I'll get back to you, I'll start working with you once I get back from my holidays, and all of these ridiculous excuses. So quite recently, maybe a couple of months back, I actually posted a question on my Facebook group because I wanted to find out what are therapists and coaches currently doing if they get these excuses. And the post was something along the lines of, if a client says no, like flat out no, it's too expensive, no, I can't work with you, or I have to ask my husband or my spouse, I'll get back to you, what do you do? And what I was quite shocked about was probably about 80 to maybe 90% of those answers of therapists and coaches, great therapists and coaches saying, I don't chase them, I just let them go. It's not up to me to make the decision for them. I just let them go. And I thought this was quite curious because what I realized working as a therapist or a coach, especially working with clientele in some sort of therapeutic way, is I understand that clients sometimes need a good nudge. It's sometimes, and it's weird to think about, clients are stuck in a painful place in their life and we know we can take them to their desired situation, but sometimes they go back to default. It's too big of a step for them. They're not quite sure if this is going to work for them, and they have all these objections inside of their mind. So I started to think, well, if let's say, for example, you did 10 strategy calls in a month and you had 5 people saying, I'll get back to you, or no, or I've got to ask my husband or my wife, and those people never get back to you, what if each one of those clients was worth $2,000? Are you really going to leave $10,000 on the table, especially starting out as a new therapist or a coach? Now, I understand for a lot of people, they don't want to chase these people. They don't see the need and say, well, Scott, I shouldn't be forcing my clients. I shouldn't be doing this. It's up to them. And I get that to an extent, but you've also got to think about it in terms of psychologically what's happening inside your client's mind. And some clients do need that push. So what do you do? If you don't want to be leaving masses of potential income on the table, you don't want to miss out on working with some incredible clients that could have the biggest breakthroughs in your business and turn into more paid clients thanks to your testimonials. Guys, what I'm about to show you is what we call our proposal system of how you can turn no's, or those excuses, I've got to ask my husband or my wife, turn those no's or those circumstances into a lot of yeses by simply sending one email. So guys, let's dive in. All right, so let me show you the timeline of this. So let's start from the beginning. So best case scenario for everybody is we do something like a strategy call or a sales call, and we get full pay at the end of the strategy call where a client gives us their credit card details. We take their credit card details over the phone. We prefer, and we teach our students as well, to use something like Stripe, where you can literally just type in their credit card details. And what this does, guys, is book them into your diary. Okay, so a little bit of confusion here is a lot of people think that once a client says, yes, I'm willing to work with you, then you book them in the diary. That's absolutely not true. What you want to do is take the payment first and that books someone in your diary, okay? So we don't want to be relying on people saying, I'll pay on the day, I'll pay you here, I'll pay you there. I remember times where I was seeing clients face to face and they would show up to their actual hypnotherapy session. I forgot my wallet, Scott. Can I pay cash? Here's some change. I don't have enough money on me. And that was an absolute nightmare. So what I decided to do with the system, what we teach our students to do as well, is if you want to work with me, you pay right now and then I'll get my diary out. Okay. So best case scenario is a client pays full at the end of the strategy call. Like I said, you take their credit card details and then you book them in your diary for their first session or the first part of their package, or you send in their login details to your course, whatever it is. So as with this video, what we're going to be talking about is, what if a client says no? What if a client turns around and says, no, I need to think about it, or I'll get back to you, or probably the most common response is, I need to go ask my husband or ask my wife or my partner, whoever it is. What do we do at this case? Well, if you don't want to leave that client as a no, if you're not sure that they are going to come back, you're not too positive about how you went on the strategy call, and you don't want to leave that no as the last response or I'll get back to you type thing, which clients never ever do, follow this process. So what we want to do, guys, when it comes to, you've got to think about what's happening on the strategy call. We've taken a client through an emotional journey. We may have talked about how hypnotherapy is going to work, what we're going to do for them, what the outcome's going to be, and all of these elements. And our client, if it's the first time they've had something like a strategy call, is going to be overwhelmed with the amount of information that they have, and sometimes this can actually be the objection, okay? But let's say it's not. Client's completely clear what they're going to get. They're excited. They know they want to work with you. Maybe money is not the issue, but they do, out of respect for their husband or their wife, want to go ask them, what do we do at this point? The last thing you want to do is have your client or leave your client thinking about what to say to their husband or their wife, thinking about what you said on that call so they can transfer that information across to their husband or wife, because what's going to happen? They're going to screw the entire thing up. Why? Because a client's never sold this thing before. They've never been through this before. All they're going to say to their husband or their wife is, this is how much it costs and this is the end result. And sometimes this is not enough information for the husband or wife to say yes to getting this done. So what do? Well, what we like to do, and we teach our students, is we actually give them these pre-made proposals, and they just basically send them off to their clients. But what a proposal is supposed to do is stop clients saying no. Do not let your clients go without a positive decision. If a client says, I need to think about it, or even says no right out, don't leave that as the final response. Don't leave that as the final decision. So what a proposal does, it's something that your potential client can hand to their husband or their wife that breaks down in exact order and in a bit of a strategic way. It's almost like the strategy call that we do in a proposal type form, in something that their husband or the wife can read. And it takes them through all the elements that justify your price, what you do, the outcome, maybe the guarantee that you have, how it's going to work, what the end result's going to be. If this happens and this happens, your expertise, maybe some testimonials, and a strategically written proposal or map of what you've talked about on the strategy call with your potential client that they can hand over to the husband or wife. Why? Because now that client doesn't have to sell it to their husband or wife. They can simply say, this is what I want. This is what's going to happen. Here's all the information. But also your potential client can also look at it as well and be reminded of all the wonderful things that are about to happen. So what we do is, once a client says, no, I need to think about it, I need to ask my husband or my wife, we send them off with a 24-hour proposal, meaning that I'm going to hand you over this proposal. You've got 24 hours. I'm happy to keep the incentive price, which we know is a bit of a discount, within the next 24 hours. Show this to your husband or your wife. Get back to me in 24 hours. If you don't get back to me in 24 hours, I can't hold that price. Okay, so that's a conversation you want to have. So once that's done, 24 hours, and I'll talk about what this VA thing means in a moment. So 24-hour proposal. There's also an email sequence as well. Okay, so it's put together. We actually, like I said, we give this to our students, but I just want to give you the overview here of what you can do. So from there, let's say a client doesn't get back to you, don't hear back from them. You don't want to leave that alone. Now, you don't want to be annoying them and chasing them every hour saying, what's happening? Speak to your husband. Do you want me to speak to your husband? Do you want to do this? You're awesome. You're amazing. We're going to do great work together. No. What we do is, regardless of when that client says no, whether it's the start of the month, it's the middle of the month, a quarter through the month, it doesn't matter. What we like to do at the end of the month is do what's called a 30-day follow-up proposal, which is totally different than the 24-hour proposal. And what this does, let's say, for example, throughout the month, you had 5 no's. You had 5 yeses and you had 5 no's, which means that half of your potential income for that month is relying on this proposal turning these no's into more yeses. So what we do at the end of the month is, you want to go through all your strategy calls for the month. You want to look at who you worked with, and you want to find out all the people that said no or didn't get back to you, and even the people you sent the 24-hour proposal to. And you want to send, as a collective, the 30-day follow-up proposal, okay? Which brings everybody together as a last-ditch effort to get people into your diary. So you might be thinking, well, Scott, if a client doesn't want to work with me, why would I chase them? Well, if you're a business owner, why are you not chasing these people? These clients could be incredible clients to work with. You could have the best transformations you've ever seen, which will turn into more testimonials for you, more success, more income for your business, but you're really going to let this person go? Sometimes people need a nudge. We know as therapists and coaches, sometimes having a client take that first initial step to leave the boundaries, even if they're in pain of where they are in their life, to make a positive step forward to do something incredible in life, sometimes that's overwhelming for people. So we're not chasing people, we're not forcing people, but we're making sure that our offer stays front in mind, because we know we can help them. If you know you can help your clients, you are doing them a disservice by not getting them into your diary. That's your job as a therapist or a coach, to heal people. And as a business owner, you need income coming into your business, okay? So let go of the idea, I don't want to chase people, I shouldn't be forcing people, because that's not what we're doing, okay? So 30-day follow-up proposal, you want to send that out and you want to wait to see what happens. Now, it has some guidelines, it has some guarantees on it, has some specifications different than the 24-hour proposal. But what it's supposed to do is bring everybody together as a last-ditch effort to bring more income into your business, plus get more incredible clients into your service. So like I said, if you're under the assumption you just want to let your clients go, you don't want to force people, that's totally fine. But I want to show you why you need to think differently. Big companies and big businesses do this, so why don't we? We have an incredible service, we have an incredible offer and a product. Let's do this. So I want to show you what can happen. So here's one of our testimonials. What's funny is the student that actually talked to me about this, he actually called me. We had our strategy call and he said to me, Scott, I've had like 5 no's in a row. Okay, I said, how much you charging? What's happening? What's the niche? Went through all the things and he said, I just don't know what to do. I had 5 no's in a row. And I said, okay, what we're going to do is let's send out the proposals. Okay, we're past the 24-hour mark. You've sent those out. He confirmed. Let's do the 30-day proposal. But let's do a little bit early. So I actually did this yesterday because he had a lot of no's coming up. And he said to me, I'm going to be busy towards the end of the month. Can we do this now? I said, absolutely. Let's just send these out. So what he did was he sent out the 30-day proposal about 2 weeks into the month or however long we are into the month now, 3 weeks, wherever we are. And he sent me this message back. So from 5 no's in a row, and I think he actually had a couple more by the time he actually sent out those proposals to when he actually got this all started and set up, this is the message I got from him yesterday. He said, Scott, these proposals, Scott, kick ass. My VA, who just started 2 days ago, sent 6 of them. So we had 6 no's in a row. He got 4 yeses back, like 4 yeses from a proposal that we give to our students. You don't have to do anything with it. That he got 4 yeses back. That's $8,000 in the bank in 1 day. Should it be this easy? You're amazing, dude. Now, the reason I'm so excited about this and I laugh about this is because let's look at the opposite. Had he not sent out those proposals? And he literally said to me on the strategy call, I don't know if I want to chase these people. Is this the right thing to do, Scott? I know it's in the system, but I feel a bit weird. And I said, look, just humor me. Just send out the proposals. What's the worst that can happen? They turn around and say no. They've already said no the first time. Well, actually, they lied to you because they said they were going to get back to you, but they didn't. They said no, just humor me, send them out. It's all set up. All you have to do is press go. What's funny is he actually set up his VA 2 or 3 days before that, and he had his VA send those out. Now, if you're not quite sure what a VA, virtual assistant, if you're thinking again, let's take a little side note here. If you're thinking about hiring a VA for your coaching business or therapy business, you're not sure the type of work they should do, I'll leave a link for a video below that you can go check out, but this is one of the things you can have your VA do. So he asked his VA, send out the proposals, just email him, just email them out. I said, humor me, just send them out, and look what happened. $8,000. Now that's $8,000 that could have been left on the table. So what if it's $8,000 this month? And then another $8,000 next month, another $8,000 next month, where this student right here and the students we have doing this system don't send out these proposals. Even if it's $5,000 extra a month that you're getting no's for your services and you're not sending out proposal, try and chase these people up, and you're leaving that money on the table, so $5,000 a month, even if you get half of those, $2,000 a month, that's an extra what? $24,000 a year. If you get all yeses, that's an extra $50,000, $60,000 a year. See where we're going here, guys? You don't want to be leaving the no's on the table. Don't let your clients leave without a positive decision. Just because a client says no. Now, just because a client says, I need to speak to my husband or wife, I'll get back to you, and they don't leave that as a final decision. Remember, clients, their life gets in the way. They forget about things. The proposal, if you really want to think about it, is just a reminder of what we do, how we can help them, the type of transformation that we have for them, and how we can make their life a whole lot better. So guys, don't let your clients go. If at the end of the strategy call you do not get a yes, you want to send out something like a 24-hour proposal where your clients can hand this to their spouse or read over the information and get back to you in 24 hours. If they do get back to you with a yes, fantastic, book them in your diary. If they don't, chase them up 2 weeks later. It could be a 15-day proposal, a 30-day proposal. Just have 1 or 2 last-ditch efforts to get them into your diary. And like I said, for this student, $8,000 in 1 day. Okay, that takes him well over $20,000 for the month just by sending out an email that he had his VA do for him. That's what makes this system so unique and so powerful. Don't let your clients go. So hopefully that was informative. If you have any questions, I'll leave, like I said, the link to that VA video below. Go check that out. We talk a little bit about this, but this is one of the jobs you should have your VA do. Let's say, for example, you have 30 strategy calls in a month and you have 15 no's. Let your VA take care of the 24-hour proposal. Let your VA take care of the 30-day proposal. Let them do all the button clicking activities. Let them chase your clients with the right email, the right sequence, the right proposals. And all you're going to get is that extra money in the bank and some incredible clients booking you into diary. And I can guarantee your clients will thank you for it. Your clients will thank you for the nudge. That's what you're meant to do as a therapist or a coach. Nudge them in the right direction and making sure that they have an incredible life based on the skills that we know we have. Don't let your clients go. Don't feel ashamed about doing this. I don't know what else I can say here, but guys, just follow this sequence. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. My name again is Scott Jansen. Bye for now.